Hi everyone, it's Simon Spencer Harvey here from EyeCandy-Mapping. Today we've got a new tutorial for you, and today we're looking at what is my new favorite app for iOS and Android for Projection Mapper by Optoma. In addition to this new app, which was launched just a few days ago, I think it was on the 17th, they're also having a competition at the moment which is worth looking into. Literally just use the app, record what you've created, post it, and you're in a chance to win one of their projectors. So that's definitely something worth looking at. So when you first download this app, you'll be asked to download one of three content packs, but never fear about making big decisions because you can still download them from the content pack folder. So you still get three free ones: Starter Pack Home, Starter Pack Music, and Starter Pack Retail. In addition, you can also purchase Optical Illusions, which is very cool, and Halloween. So you can download those. You can also add your own content. So to load your own content onto the app, simply connect your iPad, iPhone, Android device, whatever it is you're using. In this case, I'm using my iPhone just to show that even an iPhone, you can still create some pretty awesome projection mapping. In Apps, scroll down to see the app, which is there. And then simply select the content you've pre-created, drag it across, and sync, done, and all that kind of stuff. So now that you've uploaded your content to your device for our iTunes, you go to new scene, create a quad, go to content, hit refresh, and it'll be under user content. So I've created a circle, a triangle, and a square, which I just created in After Effects quickly if I want to do some outlining. So also looking at this sort of home page, you've got saved scenes where you can see projects you've created before. You can also, by selecting this, duplicate, which is very useful if you want to do versions of something. Or you can do, like here, I've done a alignment, just because it's good having bright, vivid colors when sort of selecting quads and areas I want to projection map it onto. But later on, I'd want to duplicate that and add content, replace the colors, replace the blocks of color that I've created. So let's start making something new. Now you've got 4 quad options here. You've got your typical square quad. You've got your corner pins for lining up, like so. You've got your triangle, which also allows you to do bevels on 2 sides of the triangle. Also, you can delete anything if you don't want it. You've got your circle. Again, you can do quite interesting distortions with this. And I wonder if you can do multi-touch, so if you wanted to move things slightly more proportionately, or move 2 angles at once, that's all doable. And finally, this is probably one of my favorite ones. It allows you to do quite complicated shapes with some Bezier curves there. And you can also distort the content once it's mapped, a bit like a UVW map, using this sort of cross in the center. Once you're happy with a particular quad, rather than creating a new one, you can duplicate it with this plus sign here. And there's also snapping you can turn on and off. So as I get close to that point, you'll notice a red point comes up. If I let go, it'll jump to it. If, like me, you're using an iPhone rather than an iPad, sometimes snapping can be a bit of a hindrance because there isn't much space for your fingers. So in this case, I've turned it off. One good thing to bear in mind when you're projection mapping, or doing 2D projection mapping, insofar as you're mapping 2D videos or images onto 3D objects, is you have to work in layers. So I'd advise you work from the back and then work forwards. Okay, let's set up another one. I'd also advise that once you're happy with something, I'd always advise you that you lock it. So these are all locks now. However, if, for example, let's say I'm just doing the front of the car here, and I forgot my rule about working in layers, working from the back forwards, and some reason there's another cube on top that's in the way. Let's just remap this one again. See, now that's occluding or obscuring the quad I made before. So what I can do is I can use this layer tool here to move it up and down one layer at a time, or move it to the very, very back there. So I'm going to delete that one because we've got two there. Let's demonstrate that's to the front, that's to the back, and I'm now bringing it up in increments. Make sure they're all locked. There we go. So let's see, I've shown you the quads, I've shown you the magnet. You can also undo, just as you can with many creative apps, which are your two buttons here. I'm not sure how many undos you've got. I haven't tried out that theory yet, but I haven't run out of them as yet. And now the most fun bit, it comes to the actual mapping. So once you've selected a quad, when it's locked, you only see sort of light grey. If it's unlocked, it becomes a bit clearer. Just to demonstrate that. But even if it is locked, you can still select it for adding content to. Now, under content, you've got three main categories. You've got bass, tap, and beat. So first, we're going to look at bass. You've got the pack you downloaded earlier. In this case, I just downloaded the music starter pack. And once you've got this selected, let's choose. Oh, you'll notice some of them are just images. They have little landscape icons. Some of them are videos, and they'll have the little play symbol. Now, even though these are sort of out-of-the-box videos, you can still tweak them. Like so. You can mess around, make their blacks transparent, make it overall transparent if you want to build up several layers. And in some cases, you can mess around with the colors as well. Like so. So you've got loads of these to play with. Some of them animate, some of them don't. You've also got at the top, that's fine. You've got outlines and you've got solids. So solids, as you can imagine, it's literally just a huge big block of color. I find this very useful when I'm actually doing my alignment. So if I go back now, you see that's a big pile of purple. Well, these ones have currently black with a white line. So if I went back to this one now, I could change this line to a different color. Which is okay, but it's a little subtle for what I need right now. So I'm doing alignment at the moment, so I want solids or textures at the very least. So once again, I can mess around with those colors. Let's go for a bit of electric blue, make it a bit more saturated. There we go. Cool, and this one's being a bit domineering at the moment. So let's choose something else for this, something animated. Oh, that's very cool. I'm going to choose a different color though. Let's go for green. Right, so the other thing you'll notice is screen mask. Now this probably doesn't do quite what you expect it to do. When I do this, I'd expect to be able to draw a mask over the content or sort of crop the content. What it actually does is it maps the content to the full screen of your device rather than to the quad itself. So I'll show you what it looks like with and without. So at the moment, it's, as you can see, attached and distorted with the quad. But, oh, sorry, press the wrong button. If I now change this to screen mask, it's now mapped to the entire screen. So if I move this around, the quad actually becomes a mask in itself. So for certain effects, that can be very useful to have. Okay, next is I'm going to look at tap. So you'll notice even though it's got a tick on, that just means it's activated. It doesn't mean you're actually creating content for this particular channel. So if I wanted to add content to tap, I'd make sure it's highlighted and ticked. So I'll add some content randomly to this, something colorful, and this one as well. Now you notice it hasn't changed your base color. So your base is still this. I've selected the tap. Again, let's choose something colorful. Yeah, that's cool. And to demonstrate this, I'm going to go into the play mode, which is the movie clapperboards there. And as I tap one of the quads, or multiple quads if I want to, because it's multi-touch on my phone or iPad, it activates the touch feature, or touch feature, tap feature, sorry. And the third one we've got here is beat. And beat in a similar way, it uses not the sound that's through your device, but the sound through an external device. So you need to play music through your hi-fi or another computer or another iPhone or iPad, and it'll then pick up the EQ, beat, treble, or some other sort of where is it? Bass, mid, or treble. And you can also change how sensitive it is, so you can have different quads with different sensitivities. And again, you want to select it, highlight it to change the content for beat, but if it's not ticked, even if it is highlighted, it won't actually be active as a layer. So just to give you an example, that's the layer active, but not selected but not active. Now it's active, and now it's active but not selected. So it might take you a little while to get your mind around that, but it'll start making sense pretty quickly. You can also access via this little play button and by this photo button your movie library and your photo libraries on the device, again, which is quite useful. So you don't have to load stuff through iTunes. You could, for example, make a real-time recording of whatever it is you're projection mapping onto, for example, or something around you, and then make content in almost real time. Right, so just very, very quickly demonstrate once more your three main settings. We have, we'll choose some statics and videos. So I got this video here. That's my bass, that's always playing. And I'm going to just quickly do a few different cube faces for that. That one there. And then I'm going to duplicate it. It's got snapping switched on, so it's snapping to the points I've made earlier. Content selected. I'm going to choose a beat now. So when it hears a certain beat, it's going to go all colorful like this. And this one's going to be on treble. I'm going to turn the sensitivity up a bit. Yep, it's got something going on there. I'm going to select this one, and I'm going to choose a different video. Ideally something colorful still. Why not? Go to beat detection, and this time I'm going to keep it on bass, but I'm going to turn the sensitivity up. And in addition to that, I'm also going to have tap. And I grab something from the optical illusions, because they're always fun. And let's add some optical illusion to that one too. Just test they're working. Yep. And now we need some music. So my daughters are really into Zootopia at the moment, so let's play some of that. Check this is definitely working. Okay, it looks like the bass is picking something up. That's on treble. Let's go to play. Oh, there we go. So, how's this? Now I'm not touching anything here. This is it's playing all by itself to Zootopia of all things. So if you tick on this little particle element, you can do stars, diamonds, clouds, love hearts, and there we go. So literally you hold down the icon with one finger and then you draw over your quads with the other to create these particles. So I think that's pretty much everything. I'm just going to show you what I did earlier. So that's under Save Projects, and I think it was that one there. Yeah, let's open that. So we go to play mode. You can also record a show, so if you wanted to tap out or create a series of events through touch, you can then stop it, press play, and it should play back. No, I'm not tapping it now, this is what I recorded earlier. So that's Projection Mapper by Optoma. I think I've covered all the points and everything to do at the moment. Bearing in mind this app's only just been released, so I'm sure there'll be lots of new improvements, so watch this space, and please have a crack at the competition, see if you can win yourself that projector. If you have any questions, please get in touch. I've got a Facebook, and you can also find me on EyeCandy-Mapping.com. Thank you very much, thanks for listening. Bye.